What's up, guys? Shane here, back with Erin Herle, and today we're talking about one weird tip to pass half guard.
Yes, so being in top half guard, there's a little thing that called the knee and freeing the knee. So it's a little weird to talk about because the knee is a very weird thing.
It's very personal. It's very
private.
private.
Personal. So we're going to talk about how to stay stable on top and also how to pass. And you'll be able to pass any half guard, I promise.
Whoa.
Let's
take a look.
So traditionally when I'm in like a top half guard, if I haven't closed in yet, the person's going to use their knee to shield me away. And see how I'm sitting on both my knees. A lot of people are very comfortable here. You'll see in a lot of MMA fights, there's a lot of ground and pound that can happen here. So they're really not likely to pass. But for me, in a jiu-jitsu way, I have to pass in order to get to a submission, okay? So if you didn't whip out something weird like this, like toe hold or anything like that, if you want to close in, I do what's called the hump and drop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise my hips, right? And I'm going to push my belly out to push his knee out, and I'm going to continue and fall down to get into a gable grip, okay? Now, if I were to stay on both knees like this, okay, and I have all of my weight on Shane, if he just turns over, I get swept because I gave him all my weight, all right? So I don't want to give him my weight, so I'm going to do what's called a kickstand, okay? So the kickstand on this side is I have my toes on the mat, okay? And I'm going to shift my weight. I'm going to drop my hip so that my butt rests on my heel, right? So I'm propping myself up like a bike, okay? So from here, also notice how it's perpendicular. I'm digging my knee into his hip, okay? Now as I sit, this leg comes up, okay? So I want to free the knee. That's what I'm talking about. So his job is to try to trap my leg, right? He's got a hold of my leg. He wants to keep me there. But I want to pass. So I'm either going to use my hand on his knee, or, which is even easier, I'm going to cup his hip and use my forearm to push the thigh open, okay? Now I'm going to bring my knee to my chest. That's it. That's all I need. I need the ability to pivot, okay? So first thing I can do is go into mount. All I'm going to do, drive my knee to mount. And if he holds on still, that's fine, okay? Because from here, I can sit up and I can ground and pound if you're talking about that. But with jiu-jitsu, it makes it really easy to go for different submissions from here. And then I can open up, boom, and get into mount, okay? So don't worry about freeing that foot yet. All I know is that this is very, 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 very stable if I have my knees pinched and both knees are on the mat. And I don't have the points yet in terms of a competition, but I would still have the upper hand in the position. The other way, okay, is after I free the knee, I'm gonna guide it over to knee slice. Notice how I keep the underhook. Boom. And I slide to the other side and come through, and now I've passed. So, in the case that he knows that he wants to get the underhook, right? So even if he's flat, he knows that if he turns on his side with the underhook, he can really control my weight, right? So even if I'm not flat, even if I do have the kickstand, if he UPA is really high, boom, I'm not gonna have the leverage, okay? So what I need to do, close my elbow for one, because if he has his elbow tight to his body, it's like a T-Rex arm, he can't go for the underhook, right? So the first thing I'm gonna do is close it. Now I'm gonna pass it inside of his leg, okay? So when you have it tight, I'm gonna keep my elbow really, really tight so he can't use it. Now I'm gonna slip my hand inside. I want my elbow ditch to be on his hamstring, okay? And I'll bring it towards me. Now, this opens it up. You might have a little bit more of resistance if he's really trying to close it, but it gives you just enough room to free the knee, okay? Now I'm gonna go into that knee slice position with my arm here and my shoulders still in his neck. Boom. Now it's even better when I've passed because by pulling this arm over and having his legs that way, he can't actually recover very well. If his legs are on this side, he's gonna be trying to get his knees in and recover, right? And that's more annoying. But as I have this, it stabilizes in a really good position, and once you have the knee to protect the hip, you can pass here, you can pass with the underhook and gable grip, whichever you prefer. So when you're in half guard, you want to stay safe, make sure that your base is not compromised, but also once you close in, you don't want to give your weight to the other person, right? So that's why we have the kickstand. And once you free the knee, they no longer have control of that leg, and you can move about freely.
Cool. All right, guys, there you have it. Check out Erin Herle's Instagram, links in the description below, and subscribe to get the fight tips before your opponent does. We actually just noticed that 75% of our viewers aren't subscribed.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
What?
Yeah. So they're
afraid of commitment.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
So hit the subscribe button. Until then, I'm Shane.
Erin?
Fight tips for the underdogs.